I am a rather elderly man. The nature of my avocations for the last 30 years has brought me into more than ordinary contact with what would seem an interesting and somewhat singular set of men, of whom as yet nothing that I know of has ever been written. I mean the law copists or scriveners. I have known very many of them, professionally and privately, and if I pleased could relate diverse histories at which good-natured gentlemen might smile and sentimental souls might weep. But I waive the biographies of all other scriveners for a few passages in the life of Bartleby, who was a scrivener the strangest I ever saw or heard of. While the other law copists I might write a complete life, of Bartleby nothing of that sort can be done. I believe that no materials exist for a full and satisfactory biography of this man. It is an irreparable loss to literature. Bartleby was one of those beings of whom nothing is ascertainable except from the original sources, and in his case, those are very small. What my own astonished eyes saw of Bartleby, that is all I know of him, except, indeed, one vague report which will appear in the sequel. I am a man who, from his youth upwards, has been filled with a profound conviction that the easiest way of life is the best. I am one of those unambitious lawyers who never addresses a jury or in any way draws down public applause, but in the cool tranquillity of a snug retreat do a snug business among the rich men's bonds and mortgages and title deeds. All who know me consider me an eminently safe man. At the period just preceding the advent of Bartleby, I had two persons as copists in my employment, and a promising lad as an office boy. First, Turkey, second, Nippers, and third, Ginger Nut. Turkey was a short, pursy Englishman of about my own age, that is, not far from 60. In the morning his face was of a fine florid hue, but after his dinner hour it blazed like a grate full of Christmas colts, and continued blazing till 6 o'clock p.m. Nippers was a whiskered, sallow, and upon the whole rather piratical-looking young man of about 25. I always deemed him the victim of two evil powers: ambition, that was evinced by a certain impatience of the duties of a mere copyist, and indigestion, that seems betokened in an occasional nervous testiness and grinning irritability. Nippers could never get his table to suit him. He put chips under it, blocks of various sorts, bits of plasterboard, but no invention would answer it. Ginger Nut was a lad some 12 years old. His father was a carman ambitious of seeing his son on a bench instead of a cot, so he sent him to my office as a student at law. Ginger Nut's duty was as cake and apple purveyor for Turkey and Nippers. Copying law papers was a proverbially dry, husky sort of business, and my two scriveners were fain to moisten their mouths very often. Also, they sent Ginger Nut very frequently for that peculiar spicy cake after which he had been named by them.